Hello and welcome back to the show. I am Paul Amadeus Lane. This is the Tech Zone, KMET 1490 ABC News Radio. Also streaming on YouTube, live stream, iHeart. Gosh, what else? Too many to explain right now. But go to my website, paulamadeuslane.com or KMET1490am.com, and you can find out all the great things that we have going on. I thought we'd talk about this segment about benefits, employee benefits. Wouldn't it be nice to have like a one-stop shop where you can have certain things deducted out of your paycheck, maybe that your employer doesn't offer? Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice even if you maybe can shop, do all these other things as well too? Wouldn't it be nice if innovation like that existed? Well, look no further. It's definitely here. And we're so happy to have join us the CEO of a great company that's doing just that. And I'm so happy to have join me right now on the show, Peter Marcia, who is the CEO of YouDecide. Peter, welcome to the program. How are you?
Excellent. How are you?
Great to have you. Great to have you, my friend. Peter, when I was looking over the just the info about YouDecide and the company, I was really blown away. But what really blew me away was that how the experience that you had before you became CEO of the company, and how did that prepare you for undertaking the tremendous task of being Chief Executive Officer over at YouDecide?
Sure. Well, I have been in the insurance business for 30 years. I started right out of college in an insurance firm. We were primarily healthcare consultants, and from that, and employee benefits consultants, and from that, over time, I ended up running a national practice here in Richmond, Virginia.
Nice. And when we look at that, you know, when I talk to a lot of people who are CEOs and in the business, it wasn't like their first, I don't want to say love, but it wasn't like their first go around in business. And then series events always kind of maneuver us into this type of responsibility. And
Sure.
and looking at that now, how is being responsible as a CEO different from just being a team player in other businesses that you were in?
Well, I have to tell you, I only had 2 jobs in my career. One was leading up to running that national practice, and then I was an investor in YouDecide.
Nice. So,
I think for the last 10 years of YouDecide, it's just been incremental growth, and you're responsible for every aspect of that. It's not that much different. You find yourself here. There's no straight line.
that is so true. And Peter, when you look at being an investor and YouDecide for a couple of years, and being CEO now, as an investor, did you maybe look at things and say, you know what, I would like to see maybe this implemented, and I think we're kind of missing the boat over in this section. Did you have those kind of like thoughts going through your mind when you were an investor in the company?
So ironically, I had to be a passive investor. I was a shareholder in a public company, which caused me to have to take a passive role. It was not until 2007 that I was able to come in and assume the management and control of the company. And at that point is when we really started to put kind of my mark or our mark on the company as a whole.
Nice. And Peter, let's talk about the background on YouDecide,
Sure.
and also what drove you to create that platform, to put your footprint on it.
So, Paul, I think myself more as an innovator than a creator. YouDecide itself was actually created by a gentleman named Bert Ellis in Atlanta. Unfortunately, they did not make it through the .com and the 9/11 stressors, and we picked it up in 2004, and in 2007 I took that over. At the same time, we acquired another company Rewards Plus, and we put those two together to create what we call today voluntary benefits outsourcing.
And Peter, let's talk about that for a second. The voluntary resource outsourcing. Am I saying that correctly?
Voluntary benefits, yes.
Voluntary
we
benefits.
We have a patent that just got approved.
Nice.
It's taken 7 years, right?
Nice. So you can explain to the viewer and the listener out there, just in a nutshell, about YouDecide and
Sure.
just how it's there really helping businesses, but also helping consumers as well too.
Sure. Well, on the employer side, what it does is allows an employer to offer many hundreds of different benefits, from insurances to consumer offerings. As we jokingly say, everything from Aflac to Zipcar, right? It's all encompassing. And it allows an employer to offer these benefits kind of easily and seamlessly. From internal perspective, it allows them to offer benefits as they become necessary and valuable to employees. And should trends change, we are able to take them down as well. On the employee side, it offers tremendous discounts on things that they buy every day, insurances and consumer products. And it also allows them to have a payroll deduction component that many employers can't deliver on because of cost.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense because, I remember in one other station that I was in in the operations department too, where we had to worry about payroll and the deductions
Sure.
and things like that. And you're absolutely right. It can be a tremendous expense, but your company out there offers this solution right there. Well, what has been kind of the feedback from different businesses out there and also the employees?
So we deal in the Fortune 1000 market. So we'll say 10,000 employees and up. And the response has been overwhelming. We have 50 clients that use our total outsourcing solution. That means the portal on the front end and the payroll deduction solution on the back end. And we have about another 50 clients that only have the consumer product portal. And it's been overwhelming. This company's been in business for some 20 years. But over the last 10 years, we have created a profitable, growing, ever-expanding universe within the voluntary benefits space.
And that really has to, really have to warm the heart of the company over there at YouDecide, because when we start a business, when we put our vision out there, we hope that it takes off, that people see the
You're
benefit
right. Yeah.
like we do. And it seems that like this is definitely happening. Now, when we talk about the different benefits out there, you mentioned like consumer products and other forms of benefits too that the employees can take advantage of.
We work with probably 30 different insurance companies, maybe a few more than that, and some 2,000 consumer offers that we bring to employers.
Now, do different companies approach you about being a part of the program, or is it kind of like a mutual outreach?
Every day, yes.
Wow.
That's on the consumer side. That's on the provider side. And then on the employer side, we're working every day to acquire new clients. It's a daily activity.
Now, is there a certain time where, let's say, Fortune 1,000 companies can enroll in the product, or is it like open enrollment? How does it work? How do they get involved?
Depending upon the product. So there are several products that are meant to be enrolled during open enrollment, which is between now and the end of the year. There are dozens of other insurance programs that are meant to be enrolled all year long. So depending upon the product, depending upon the corporate need, they are accessing different insurance programs today, and we're integrating with them from a technology standpoint into the open enrollment. As well, as soon as open enrollment ends, there are, like I say, dozens of insurance products and other services that are offered every single day. It's called Evergreen.
Peter, talk about the voluntary elective benefits, how that's different from, let's say, traditional benefits or traditional core benefits that one's maybe
Sure.
normally used to.
Sure. So core benefits are the ones that your employer provides to you and pays for. Those are the benefits that you typically enroll for during open enrollment. Voluntary benefits are those that you pay for. So you are looking for a discount, auto and home, pet, legal, different student loan services are becoming a big item. These are the financial security tools that you purchase every day, and typically the discounts, they're significant depending upon the product.
Wow. And I tell you, the time in which we live in, Peter, where we don't really have a lot of time to do certain things, and it's nice. It's nice that your company out there at YouDecide is helping us to, kind of, to save a little time and figure.
Employees are thrilled.
Yeah.
Tremendous response on the employee level.
I bet they are. And let's talk about now, do they have a portal that they go to on a website to access these things, or is it an app?
Yes.
What do you guys have?
It's built for the client. So they're individual portals, and we have within those portals, we have portals depending upon demographic, depending upon position in the company, depending upon work status. So we try to create unique opportunities for employees to view and purchase benefits depending upon their needs.
And Peter, if you can touch on this year's open enrollment and how best to prepare for next year's open enrollment, how can we do that?
So, Paul, it's interesting. We're already working on next year. We in the early spring, we start to make decisions about the upcoming annual enrollments, and by midsummer, those are done. So we're out now at employee meetings with employers. We're out now at benefit fairs. We're out with clients on the ground, helping employees understand what we offer and what the employer offers. But we are now starting on 2018. So it starts well in advance and communicated well in advance of the current open enrollment period.
And Peter, does it sound weird to say 2018? Because every time I hear myself saying that, I'm like, I can't believe we're like 2 years away from 2020.
It's incredible. But we're 12 to 18 months out on most of our work. As soon as open enrollment is done for the current year, we start in on the next year, and most of it will be done by midsummer.
Wow, you guys are definitely on the ball, getting it done. And Peter, when it comes to the technological age in which we live in, the Internet of Things, how's your company evolving now to the digital stratosphere that we see?
Yeah, it's interesting. We have to run forward on one end, which is the consumer side, where we have to bring employees into the portal, and that has to remain fresh. That has to remain exciting. On the flip side, we have to be able to work with all the legacy systems at the employer level. So it's an interesting conundrum sometimes. We can't run too fast. Security issues will stop us. It's one of our primary focuses is security. With all the data breaches, we every day are discussing what is our next strategy on security. And knock on wood, we have never had a security issue. This year, we actually bought cyber insurance. So I'm feeling thankful about that when I see people like Equifax dump 140 million secure files out into the universe. So
yeah, that's really sobering that when that happened, and I never thought that we would see the time where we have to have cyber insurance now, but we
right now. Yeah. So if our employers or if we have a problem, our employees are covered. The employees of all those companies are covered.
Nice.
And I never thought I'd see that as well.
Yes. And let's talk about the HR support component that you guys offer at YouDecide, because I'm sure that has been like a godsend, to one's an HR
Tremendous
department.
Resource. We typically take everything over and provide consulting as a full component of our solution. So we are the HR support on a daily basis. We are the consulting team looking forward. We are a product placement team. We have our own communications component. Many, many different levels of support that we provide every day.
Amazing stuff, Peter. I mean, it's really phenomenal what you guys are doing and just what you guys offer out there. One-stop shop. I mean, it makes it a lot easier out there. Now, let's say we have some Fortune 1000 companies who are listening right now, and they're like, you know what? I want to get some of that Peter and them are doing that YouDecide. What is the best way for them to contact you and the company to get on board with this great, piece of innovation and solution that you guys have?
YouDecide.com is our portal, our public portal, and you can email us, find us on LinkedIn. We're all on LinkedIn. We're all on Twitter. We're all on. So we're out there.
Awesome. Well said. And Peter, before I let you go, is there anything else you'd like to articulate out there? Something else that we didn't get a chance to cover right now that you really want to make sure that the message gets across?
Paul, as soon as our patent is issued, I'll send you a copy of that. It's taken 7 years. I never really thought that we'd have the opportunity to brag about that.
Yeah, that's what I call, Peter, a mic drop moment. You know what I mean? Where you can look back and say, I dropped the mic. We did it. 7 years patent. And that really has to feel gratifying, Peter. All the hard work,
absolutely,
all the blood, sweat, and tears coming from the investment side now to the CEO. You've seen this grow. So congratulations on that, and looking forward to seeing that patent. And I'm sure there are going to be a lot of pictures on social media with everyone smiling with that patent, right?
Yes, sir.
We'd like to thank Peter again for explaining to us some of the things that his company is doing to help out not only employers, but employees, especially the HR department. You HR people out there, you're like, oh, I've been waiting for this. One-stop shop. Innovation is here to make it happen. When we get back, we're going to talk about an innovation that will help us be healthy. You know what that is? Stay tuned for the next segment coming up right after these messages.